Hey guys, welcome to this newfangled software video. My name is Neil, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how to create a Zoom meeting from within Microsoft Teams. In a previous video we did a video where I showed you how to install Zoom within Teams from the Teams App Store. So if you want to have a look at that video, I will leave a link to that video in the description below. If you like our videos, please click the like button so that we can tell the algorithm to share the video with more people. And if you would like to see more of our videos, please click the subscribe bell icon with the bell notification. Thank you very much. So to start looking at Zoom and how we create meetings from Microsoft Teams for the Zoom application, first I'm just going to point out that we created a previous video in which we installed Zoom within Microsoft Teams from the Teams App Store. So what we ended up with is Zoom as an application on the toolbar within Teams. What we also have is a Zoom bot with which you can chat and ask questions, and this bot will assist you in starting meetings or joining meetings for Zoom. We will cover that shortly. But going back to the application, we've got the chat functionality here and there, but we want to look at My Meetings. And what it'll do is you'll see that it's already signed me into my account based on the previous video that we did. And yeah, I can start a meeting, I can schedule a meeting, or I can share my screen. And the first thing I want to demonstrate is firstly how we start a meeting. This is generally starting an immediate meeting, and then we will move on to also scheduling a meeting. And then we can have a look at sharing a screen. So first thing we look at is start a meeting. And I've created a demo account with two users, Jane Doe and John Doe. So in this meeting, I just want to have a meeting with Jane Doe, for example, and I say I want to start this meeting. It's then going to open Zoom the way it normally does, and you just click the open button and it'll start the meeting for Zoom. Then I'm going to say I want to join with computer audio. Now what you might ask is what happens on the other user side is they will get a notification for a meeting. You can see I've done some other tests. And yeah, I can join the meeting. Now obviously we can't do that now because I'm on one computer, so I can't act as two users for Zoom on two sides of a meeting, but it just shows you how that person receives that Zoom meeting invite. So if we go back to Zoom, for example, they would then click on that meeting invite and join the meeting and become a participant within this meeting. So that shows you kind of how you can start an instant meeting. So let's start this process again, and we'll end this meeting for all. And I can close that and go back to my Teams, close this Jane user, and I can close that. So that was to start a meeting immediately. If we refresh, that meeting should then show up in my meeting list. It does not, but I can also schedule a meeting. So I just want to see quickly. I can schedule a meeting, so we can say, okay, I want Jane Doe in my meeting again, and I want rooms, Obviously, I haven't created rooms within Teams, but we will just say we're meeting actually remotely, and we can select the time zone. US, Canada is fine. Start and end date, and then we can also see the availability of the person that we've just added. So we should then be able to get an idea of whether that person is actually available to join the meeting. So let's say I am going to start a meeting for the 11th of the 6th. Let's call this, let's make it actually for tomorrow. We'll make it 8 to 9. You can then also, it requires a password. This is generally because of the way Office 365 applies security rules. So I think they forced the matter on this. So you've got a password that's generated that other users will need to have access to. You have all your other Zoom options. You can enable join before host, new participants upon entry, use personal meeting ID, enable waiting room, record the meeting automatically. So let's say, for example, I want to record the meeting automatically and I want to save that on my local computer. I will save this, and it will then add that Zoom meeting for tomorrow, which I can then promptly start from within Teams. If I go back to Jane, let's see what's happened. She's gotten a meeting request again from her Zoom bot, and she can accept that meeting. She has now accepted that, and she will then be available to join that meeting tomorrow. Lastly is share screen. For the share screen option, you need to have a meeting ID to share your screen within. So there needs to be a meeting available for you to actually share your screen. We don't have a meeting now, so I'm not going to show you that functionality. Another thing that I do want to show you in this video is the way you can use the bot. So Zoom, when it installs the application, it gives you a bot option. So in this case, you'll see that you can join a meeting with the meeting ID, or you can start a meeting straight away by using the bot. So you don't have to go to the application. You can say at Zoom, and you can say start. Let's just start, and then you send that as a message. That should then start a meeting for you. So Zoom has replied to me. I need to be configured before I can handle your commands. Please follow the instructions I just sent you in your personal conversation. So let's have a look over there. Before I can handle your command, please click here, sign into Zoom. So it's obviously asking me to sign into Zoom first before it can handle my commands. It's now asking for authorization between Zoom and Teams. I accept. Everything looks good. So now we can have a Zoom meeting. Close that. So again, we go back and we say Zoom replied. Start an instant meeting. Okay. So now what Zoom has done is I've said at Zoom, start a meeting. So now what it's done is it's started an instant meeting with a meeting ID, which I can then send to my other participants, and a password that I've got here. So I can now actually say I want to click to join this meeting from here. Again, it's going to ask me to open Zoom. Join with computer audio, and again, From here I can add some participants or invite people. People can obviously join the meeting based on the fact that I've sent them the meeting ID and the password. And that's how you can create and schedule Zoom meetings within Microsoft Teams. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. If you would like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for notifications. Thank you very much.